over to the new album, guys. Yeah, okay, you got a job. You started your own label.
Yep.
You remember the first song you wrote for this album? Yeah, you said you had
Beginning
you
of
had
the
Beginning
Twist.
of the Twist. You had already.
Yeah, I had that one for quite a while. Wrote it while we were touring the second album, or at least started writing it. But yeah, we've always got songs on the go, haven't we? Like we've already got several songs for our fourth album together. We've never struggled with that.
It's just you accumulate ideas anywhere really, but it's only when the four of us get together in a rehearsal or whatever and flesh it out as a full song that it really give birth to it properly, you know, it really springs to life.
Like a song isn't finished until the album's out.
Yeah.
You know, like up until that point really, or at least until it's mastered, things can be changed. So the songwriting process doesn't finish until the red button is turned off, because that's your last chance to add anything else. So songs can develop over quite a long space of time. But yeah, we had Twist and This Is Not the World, and Broke Up the Time. They were the early songs that we did, and then a load of new songs like Heart to Bear, Work Is Never Done, Radio Heart. These were all songs that came at the very end of the process and give extra ammunition to it, you know.
Yeah, was there a moment that you had it felt like a direction the album was going? Because it's like a more straightforward album than the second one.
I think the minute that we started working with Youth on the album, you know, because we had like about eight or nine songs in Sunderland rehearsing before Youth got involved. We ended up writing the rest of the album at his studio. But it was really when we started working with him that his opinion was that it was kind of like we'd been dying to make this direct punk rock pop record, but we were just almost too afraid to make it. You know, we'd kind of smother it with complications or jazz harmonies or whatever. And I think
why was it?
I don't know.
Afraid to make a straightforward album
because it was against our manifesto.
Manifesto.
When we first started, we set up these rules for us to begin with. You know, like no guitar solos, no modulated choruses, no fodder. You know.
Yeah, we wanted to be atypical in the beginning.
Yeah, and I think this kind of attitude, this initial attitude, is only really useful at the beginning, and then you have to develop your manifesto, but it's quite hard to let go of the rules, and for us to go ahead and make a more straightforward sound for the first two albums would have been some kind of regression.
It would be. It felt like it would have been too difficult to let go of certain elements of things, you know.
We didn't have the confidence to just say this is, you know, like we'd always like make it so that our music was at least impressive. So like, you know, like impressive physically for the harmonies and stuff. You know, you can't argue with musicality. It is what it is. It's not. Yeah. It's not just, you know. You can't argue if, you know, like that is a complicated piece of music. It is, you know, no one can see it as anything else. But it takes real confidence to have like 4 chords and say this is interesting, this is what you want. You know, it seems like it would be a lot more difficult to convince somebody of that being impressive. But in fact, that was our naivety, because what Youth meant when he said, you know, you've been dying to make this album, it's like we almost knew we always had it in us to do it, but we were kind of saving it for the right time. Yeah. And finding the right person to unlock that in us and give us the confidence that you need to say, there you go, there's 2 chords, and a verse and a chorus and a verse and a chorus, and then that's it, you know.